All right, hello, this is Christian. So in this video, I just want to fix an error I had in the previous video. I want to show you what the error is and how to fix it. Actually, two things. And also I want to talk about the reactivity of the cats here. Okay, so first of all, remember the last time we refactored our code to look kind of similar to the application's the API. And so I, created a app.js file. We imported it here. And now we lost the images because now the happy cats and grumpy cats variables are no longer available because of that error. Okay, so the easy fix for this is that I forgot to do it is once you move your code from here to the app.js file, these two variables must also be moved into that application, right? So we're gonna copy this or cut it out, and in their place, we're gonna go open to the app.js file, and you need to put it in here, like right above here, okay? So that they are present inside this local component. So when you access the grumpy cats and happy cats, they are here. That was the only issue, okay? Yeah, so that solves the problem over here. All right, so the next thing I want to look at is the reactivity of the application here. Now I'm going to go and close these now, and let's head over to the other application, which is the API over here. So this is the Vue application here. And yeah, this is the only file I'm going to focus on. So this is the product of this. Okay, so we have variables up here, and we used an object for the cat, right? So when we iterate through the object, and I'm going to go ahead and just maximize this for now. We iterate through the cat's object, and then we get the item and the key in the cat, and then we put the key here, and so forth, and updates that. Okay, so it works the same way for arrays and also. So now the way this works is because when you change the state of a variable, right, you must change the values. So like the hello message, this is an object, right? A property assigned with a value of hello. If I change, if we assign message to something else, then because the value has been changed, so therefore the engine will trigger this, and it would say that, hey, it will notice that this has been changed, so it will then re-render the content to the view. So you see that reactivity. Same thing here. I'm using a cat by pointing to the actual object key, which is 0 in this case. And if I change the value, right, now it's pointing to happy cats of 0, which is this value here initially. But when I update it to a different cat, notice I'm reassigning the position of the key, which is 0, an object, this example, to a new variable. So when I make that change, the actual value has been changed. That's why it's able to react to that. Okay. So that's how this works. Now, if I change this back to the array, so let me go back and just comment this out, and let's use the array like we did last time. So if I assign the happy cats to the happy cats, just like that, right? Okay. If I do that, and if I go back to the variables over here, you'll see that it works just fine, right? I'm able to load and stuff. But then notice again, I showed you before that when you hover over, it changes to the new grumpy cat. When I leave, it did not do that. Okay, so this is a very tricky behavior in an array. How you create an array. So when you assign your variable to an array, right? Happy cat is an array up here. And when I make changes to the position of the array, I'm not actually changing the cat's array's property or a variable. It treats it that way. So that's why it does not know that it has been changed, although initially it did do that, right? So that's a little bit tricky. Now, for this to work, you can do one of two ways. One is you can go ahead and initialize your cat's object with this. So if I copy this and put that right in here, instead of assigning to an array, I create that array directly here. Okay, if I do that, because the index positions contains the actual elements here itself, when I make the changes to the index position, it will actually work. Okay, so if I save that, if I go over here, and you will see that it works just like before. All right, so that's one approach. So you have to do that here. The second method is if you don't do it this way, then you will have to do it like this, the array, and then you have to, assign through the happy cats array of the actual index positions in here. So it must contain the actual data as opposed to a reference to those data, right? When I put the cat is equal to happy cats, I'm just pointing to a reference or a copy of the array of the cats. So therefore it's not reactive. But now what I'm doing is that I actually make changes to the cat itself and 0, 1, 2, and let's see what happened here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, it comes right back. That's fine. I do it this way because the actual data itself is actually the string, which is the URL to this image. So the same as before, except it's a little bit cleaner because I put into another array. So that's how this works. Okay, a little bit tricky, but once you get it, then it's fine.